what a day for Montana State. Football program. Obviously the game to our fans, and then to put that game together because it really still about the game, and our guys really attacked it. I felt like from the start, just the look in our eye and our execution, in particular, that first drive, and then defensively, they made some plays that second drive, but we dialed it up after that. I thought special teams wise, kept them in check and didn't let up. Those type of games, you get a few breaks, snap over the head, all that stuff, but anytime you can put up the numbers we did today and hold them down like we did against a good football team, we showed up today. So excited for our players, excited for our coaches, and obviously really excited for our fans for all that they got to enjoy today. And it's only like 4 o'clock or something like that, so watch out.
Coach, on that note, this is a huge moment for Montana State. So how did you guys sort of mitigate what could have been huge distractions and turn this into this showcase for your program in this university?
Well, I think early in the week, talked about, hey guys, College Game Day is coming here a lot because of you guys, players, because of our record. They wouldn't be coming here if we weren't 9-1, all that. But ultimately, what goes on is about the fans, and we had a couple guys get interviewed Tuesday, Wednesday night, but otherwise, it's not very intrusive. It's and I think our guys were absolutely focused on the game. And we got a group that wants to play for each other, and certainly didn't want this opportunity to slip away. And we made it about this game. We made it about going 1-0 today. There's all kinds of other things attached to it, the conference championship and seeding and all that, but made it about winning today and getting that trophy back. So,
how much did last year's game contribute, do you think, to that focus today?
I don't know. I think anytime you don't get the results you want, maybe it dials you in. It wasn't a deal like we were out for revenge or anything like that. We just needed to come out and perform on this stage, and maybe we learned some things from last year. And I think I said at the beginning of the week, we're a different team. The makeup of how we can beat teams is so different than this time last year. So different, and I think that showed today.
What's the biggest difference?
I know this. We didn't put up 561 yards of offense last year. I know that. We didn't punt today. And we kept the pressure on them. Last year we were so dependent on our defense, having to make everything happen. Special teams wise, we were in the hole last year. Special teams were in a good place. We executed well today. Each special teams game is its own deal, but we're a different team. Every team's different. So appreciate our guys just believing in the plan, trusting the plan, and going out there and making the most of it.
You guys have been run heavy all season, but I feel like especially today, was that kind of the game plan going in, or did the game kind of dictate that plan?
Well, it's interesting. I know their defensive rushing numbers are really good, but where they really get you is when they get you in passing situations. And I felt we wanted to stay ahead of the chains the most we could, or the best we could, and I think we felt like we could get on the edges, and we did that. And then we could throw some play action in there, and we did a little bit of that. We probably didn't have to do as much as we maybe thought we might, but I think we're running the football at a high rate with a lot of different guys, and I think we're pretty difficult to defend right now, and it's a good place to be.
You mentioned the snap over the head. I guess how big was that play in the kind of the swing of the game, and how big was it to see Jory? I guess.
Yeah, it was 14-7, right? And I think. You get 14-7, and we answered their score, and then the defense came out and answered with a stop, and you're not counting on getting the snap over the head, but we got it there, and their punter, whoever got the ball first, could not get the ball out of the end zone, and for us to land on that and get the touchdown, that 5-point swing there is obviously a big deal. We'd much rather have the touchdown than the safety. So obviously a huge play. But more so, it ability to answer them offensively, go up 14-7, and then our defense answering. The snap over the head, we'll take it obviously, but it wasn't quite like what happened a few weeks back here.
Kids had almost 200 yards. Kids had almost 200 yards rushing before he threw a pass, or maybe one pass. But I think 23 of your first 24 plays were runs. Did you expect to have that sort of success? But also, it seemed like they didn't really do anything to adjust. It seemed like you guys just kept doing what you were doing for the duration of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whether their plan matched up to our plan, I don't even know any of that. I just know we felt like we could get to some things. We got some electric guys running the football for us. A good variety of runs, an offensive line that continues to execute at a high rate. So really through that stretch, it wasn't like there wasn't necessarily even a passing down in there. So kept the foot on the gas with the run game, and we certainly liked the results. There was passing opportunities that we maybe thought would pop up a little bit more, but we run the ball so well, it just didn't play out that way.
How big of an addition was having Sean Chambers back?
No, it's big. I think they complement each other well. I think anytime you can throw two quarterbacks out there, I don't know that there's a playbook for that defensively, especially when the guys can run the way they can, and they've shown that they can throw it. So to have him back healthy, I think is big for this team, and he's a weapon. Tommy's a big weapon. To have your quarterbacks, be able to be as dangerous as they are in the run game, that's hard stuff. This is the first game we've had them both healthy, really going back to Eastern Washington, and that didn't last very long that day. So, we got to keep them both upright and making plays like they are.
What was the week of practice like leading up to this, and what did you think of just the guys' preparation and focus?
Real good week of practice. And we weren't as different than last week. We were really disrupted by the weather last week. Really weren't this week. Guys are really focused, both sides of the ball, special teams included. It just felt like we had the right mindset this week, and not that I think the way we've approached every week, no matter who we've played, then that carries over into a game of this magnitude. You don't have to all of a sudden become something different. You don't have to have this out-of-body experience. You can just go out and execute. And I think our guys really have bought into that philosophy, and it showed today.
Brent, what do you like more, a fumble recovery at the goal line, or kind of having that stand, or starting on the 3 and then being able to get points right before the half?
You saying just keeping them out of the end zone there, that whole sequence? Yeah, that was big because looking at it, it was 28-7. If they do score there, it's 20-14. They were going to get the ball out of the half. So yeah, that was a huge swing. I think they threw it on first and goal at the 1, and then the fumble happened on 2nd and goal. And for us to get that, and then be able to end the half with a field goal, 10-point swing at the very least, and really just. Whatever momentum they were gaining through that drive, we took it all back. And credit to Blake for being able to knock it in. I know we converted a few times offensively to keep that drive going. So, yeah, that was a huge sequence. Huge sequence.
Anything about Tommy's performance that you haven't mentioned that really stood out to you?
Well, I think he continues to play with. All the things that make him what he is. He's an unbelievable competitor. He's extremely intelligent, and he's incredibly talented. And I think he has things that he continues to understand he needs to get better at, and he keeps working at those things. But he is a playmaking quarterback in a different way than I think a lot of people see quarterbacks, and that's okay by us. He is a competitor beyond a competitor, and then he's smart as a whip too. So he's still a sophomore, so that's all good stuff.
Being that this is Cat Grizz, is this win a little more satisfying than other wins, or does it feel?
Well, I think they all count the same, and they do. We don't get an extra win for this game, but it does mean more. It means more to our Montana kids. It means more to the fans. I mean, the fans can ride this wave. They can turn it up against Montana and not maybe give a crap against Cal Poly. We can't do that as players. So they all count the same. But yeah, there's no doubt this means more to all those guys that are from wherever in Montana, and they have communities divided. They have maybe some families divided. They probably there's guys that have teammates, former high school teammates that they were playing against. So to be on the right side of it, yeah, for sure, it means more.
When you're standing up on the stage before on college game day, what was it like for you, just thinking about soaking this all in? What programs become under you?
Yeah, I think you're up there, and I'm pretty sure that our fan base was going to respond the way they did, and you give the temperature the way it was overnight. It was amazing. Amazing for our program, amazing for this rivalry. I think for our state, for the Big Sky. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't hear anything. I could hardly think up there. So if that showed, I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty. This is a huge day for everything Montana State, and super proud to be a part of it and be the head coach here.
Just a comment on the Big Sky Conference Championship that you guys are sharing.
Well, that's one of our
Sharing,
goals.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our goals, and the fact that we, for the second year in a row, got to this game undefeated. So does Sac State. We didn't want to have to count on them getting beat. I know that. And it's we got a good league. And we can't help which teams we play or don't play and where we play them, all that stuff. To go through the conference season, take care of business, week in, week out, overcome some adversity along the way. I think to be the champions of our league, that's a big deal for this program, and we got bigger things ahead. But to win a conference championship hadn't been done here 10 years, so we'll take it.